Okay, hi Booktube, Aaron here. Hope you're doing okay. Today, instead of a tag for Tag Tuesday, I've got a bag for you. So it's more like a Bag Tuesday, and I'm going to show you my Bookish Travel Bag. This is just riffing off an idea from Bill from the Rutenberg Library when he showed us his bag that he'd take out for sort of day trips and holidays and things, and show as well the books and magazines and pens and pencils would go and all of that. And Steve has done this as well. He showed us his sort of day-to-day bookish bag, and it's led him to go down a bit of a rabbit hole, it seems. Yeah, it seemed like a fun idea as well. I thought I'd show you my bookish travel bag, and this is my bag for, I suppose, just the odd day out or for a small holiday or something like this. So it's not my work bag, and it's not like my rucksack where all my luggage would go. It's just my little satchel that has my bits and bobs, my books and everything. And I've got it just about as full as I can get it, as full as it would be for that kind of occasion. And so here it is. It's just a leather satchel, a little dark academia maybe, and probably the only drawback, well no, there are two drawbacks really with this bag. One is that it is actually quite small, I suppose. I mean, you've only got that much space to play with, and as we get inside, you'll see there are quite a lot of different compartments, and yet they don't really add much because of it's still quite limited in space. The other drawback is these buckles as well make it quite hard for getting in and out quickly, but at least that means it's harder for thieves. But we'll go in and I'll just show you what I've got, just all the bits and bobs, and I just tend to throw everything more or less in the same compartment, which kind of defeats the object of as you see, there are quite a few compartments in here. But anyway, so it's got this very tough sort of canvasy material on the inside. It's very, very durable, and I quite like the look of it. And yeah, here we go. This is about as full as we get it, and this is the main compartment in the middle here. Other than books, we've got some headphones. I tend to spend a lot of time on buses and trains and things, so if it's loud and I want to drift off into my own little world, I've got my my headphones there. I've got my glasses as well, which help with the reading, and got a bottle of water. Then I've got my pencil case, and I've got a couple of notebooks here, and so I never really have an excuse to not have anything to write with unless my pencil case is thrown into the river or something, which I hope doesn't happen because I quite like the pencil case and quite a lot of the pens. Then this is my sort of general bookish notebook. So I've got, let's see what I've got in here. I've got some notes on William Blake there. I need to transfer some over. I've scribbled in the book a bit. And yeah, it's just my general thoughts on books, or for any quotations or anything. I found actually recently that I've been taking photographs. If I don't have my notebook handy, I take photographs of pages while I'm reading, and I might underline a few lines then on my phone, and then I slowly transfer them over. So I read the Brothers Karamazov back in December, and I'm still transferring my the quotations that I sort of underlined on my phone. Then we've got the books themselves. Oh no, there's one more notebook. I really like this notebook, and I save this for just random sort of fleeting thoughts, whether they're sort of more creative for an idea for maybe a little poem or a story or something, or whether it's more like journaling. So I try to keep this with me wherever I go. The same with the bookish notebook as well, and it's just a really lovely notebook. There's not really much inside to show, but yeah, I really love this notebook. Yes, now we're on to the books themselves. So as you can see, I've got You might be able to make it out, I don't know. We've got a little pouch there that I keep most of my books in. There's also room in here if I wanted for another big book. So if I'm going on a holiday or something, I can get, you know, about 4 books or so in here, maybe a bit more. So I've got, as a bigger book taking up a lot of space, I've got William Blake there. And then we've got my little book pouch, and this is, I take this with me wherever I go, and my main books I'm reading, unless they're too big to fit in it, will go in here. So at the moment we've got a slim poetry collection. So this is The Souls of the Labadee Tract by Susan Howe. We've got the collected stories of Lydia Davis, and I've been reading a story every day, so I do my best to make sure I'm taking it with me wherever I go. And also my Kindle lives in there as well. And if I don't have any other books with me, I tend to use this little book pouch as like a Kindle case. And in the last couple of weeks, I've been using my Kindle a lot more than I have in the past. And I've been reading it pretty much every day. So that goes in there as well. And, you know, that as time goes on, that might limit the amount of books that end up going in my Bookish Travel Bag. But since it's still early days with my regular Kindle reading, we'll see how it goes. But then the bag itself, so we've got this front pocket here, which I never really use, and it's a bit awkward because there are sort of threads and things that get in the way because it's a bit old. What else have we got? So there's another pocket here that you can zip up at the back for, you know, I might put my wallet or something a little more valuable in there, just so it's a little more secure. At the moment I've got loads of loyalty cards for different cafes and coffee shops. And then there's a little pouch in the front here. There's like a little divider, if you can see it, and it's not terribly useful. It's only really useful if you've got something really slim that's going to go in there. So at the moment there's a little book cover, so I must have picked up a book that had this on it and I decided to take it off, and it ended up staying in there. And we've just got some random loose papers. There are the answers to a Christmas quiz, and just some notes and a rubbing from Gloucester Cathedral. And then right in the front, last but not least, we have got an assortment of tomato ketchup and some salt. So you never know when you'll need that. So that's what will go in this bag. That's pretty much as full as it would get. The only other thing that Steve brought up when he had his when he went through his Bookish Travel Bag was, you know, he always keeps a couple of tote bags in there, and I would be lying if I were to say that I'm always so prepared. But if I know that I'm going to go book shopping and I intend to bring a lot back with me, then I probably would bring something like this along. This is a relatively new addition to my little bag family, but I think going forward, if I'm planning to go book shopping, this is what I'd roll up. This is a tote bag from Barter Books up in Northumberland. Great second-hand bookshop, and the thing I like about this is that it's a tote bag with a zip on the top, so I can fill this up with books. I bet I can get at least 20 books in here, and then I can get them all nice and cozy in there, and then I can zip it up at the top, and then they're relatively safe, relatively well covered and protected from the elements. And I've also found it's good for record shopping as well. I can fit an LP in there quite easily as well. So if it's not just books that I'm planning to get, then I can get it all in there. So there we go. That's my Bookish travel bag, and yeah, from what I can tell, it's only been Steve and Bill who have posted these videos so far, but it would be cool to see a few more people doing it, and yeah, just seeing the bags people use when they're going out on holiday, and all the books that they might stuff in it, and all the little bits and bobs as well. It's a bit nosy and a bit nerdy, but it's the kind of thing that I really enjoy watching. So anyway, I'll leave that there. I hope you're having a great week, and I'll see you soon.